everyone, how's it going? So I'm sorry it's been like ages since I posted anything. It's been like a couple of weeks or something. Basically, I've had a situation arise in my personal life where I've not been in a position to make any videos or do anything. That is slowly getting back to normal. I should be able to do something this weekend, so I'm making this video, yay. I can't go into details about that at the moment. Whether I do in the future, I don't know. Obviously a select sort of few people, my friends and close family, know, but yeah, I can't go into details about that at the moment, sorry. Yeah, so just an update. So the first thing is I've lost my glasses. Typical, I know. Basically having to wear face covering. I can't wear my glasses with a face covering because it steams up and it's just because, and I know about the whole washing out liquid thing, I just can't be bothered to do it. So I took them off and I think they've fallen out my bag somewhere. Anyway, so today I went for an eye test and I've got a new pair coming next week, so I should be sort of back to normal and stuff hopefully next week. And I'm sorry I probably look terrible. I don't really wear makeup anyway because of my eye condition. It irritates my eyes. And I've not been sleeping very well lately because of said situation that has arisen, so I've probably got bags under my eyes to rival Tesco's right now. Please just get past how I look. I know I'm ugly as fuck. One good thing is, like, check out my new t-shirt. Like, I can finally wear my love on my t-shirt. And I even bought a travel mug, so yeah. Although today I've got coffee, not tea, so sorry to be a bit misleading. Fuck, that's hot. So you've probably seen the title of this video and you're probably wondering what the hell it is, but I've got a little backstory to it, so yeah. So if you don't know, the BBFC stands for the British Board of Film Classification. I'll get more into that in a minute. So how this came about. So basically there's a particular radio show I listen to, Paul Miller in the evenings. He's on BBC Sussex, BBC Oxford, BBC Kent, BBC Berkshire. I think there's like 6 or 7 sort of local-ish, or BBC Solent, yeah. A lot of like, he's basically on a lot of my sort of local radio stations, but you can listen anywhere in the world online or through the BBC app. He's on BBC Sussex between 10 at night and 1 in the morning. So I've been listening to Paul Miller probably for about 12 to 15 years, like a very long time. So he basically does like discussions on the show. They have a quiz that they do, but it's just like for fun. There's no prizes or nothing. They do like little challenges, little games and things, and he's just really funny, and it's just like nice to kind of escape for a couple of hours and stuff. Anyway, so how this came about. So I was listening to the Paul Miller show, I think this was last week. So disregarding qualifications, any other sort of barriers like travel or money, like what would your ultimate dream job, what would it be? What would you love to do? And I was sat there listening and I'm like, I have got to ring in because mine is so oddly specific and quite niche. So I rang in, I had a conversation with Paul. I do have it saved, it's on my Facebook, whatever you wanted to listen to. I'm not going to put it here because it's like 5.5 minutes long. And I said, like, I would absolutely love to be a BBFC compliance officer. As I said, the BBFC, it stands for the British Board of Film Classification. The compliance officers of the BBFC are the people that age rate and put the age certificates on films and TV shows. I think the equivalent in the States, if you're from the States, is the MPAA, that do the same thing. No, they're the people that rate the films and TV shows, you know, Universal, PG, we've got 12A here, 15 or 18. In America, I think it's like general or parental guidance, PG-13, restricted, and NC-17. I got there eventually. So yeah, a BBFC compliance officer is someone who works for the British Board of Film Classification. Is this the person who watches the films and rates the films, like gives them an age certificate. And this is something I've been absolutely fascinated with for a long time. For some reason, I'm just really fascinated about age certificates on films and shows and why they got those certificates. So this is particularly handy if you have kids or yourself, if you're studying film or media studies, things like that. On the BBFC website, they have an absolute shed ton of specific case studies on specific films. And they're like really interesting to read. Even if you're not studying like film or media or anything, I'd suggest, you know, reading a couple, because you'll probably find a couple of films on there that are your favourites, and it goes into why they got the age certificates that they did, you know, any cuts that needed to be made and why they needed to be made, and there's also a whole sort of section on how they do their work and how they classify things and that. It's just so interesting. Anyway, one of the things that come up in my conversation with Paul Miller, the radio DJ, was how do you become a BBFC compliance officer? And I said, do you know what? I don't actually know. I've never seen a vacancy like on their website or anything for this particular job. And we weren't too sure like what qualifications you might need or anything. It's quite, as I said, quite oddly specific and quite niche. And so I reached out to the BBFC on Twitter, because they're on Twitter. I was like, hi BBFC, you know, I was having a discussion with Paul Miller on BBC Sussex about, you know, said for dream jobs, I would love to be a compliance officer. How do you go about being a compliance officer? You know, what is the process? Is it an application? Is it an apprenticeship? Is it, you know, you have to be sort of recommended or nominated by someone? Is it like MI5? I don't know. You know, what qualifications do you need? That sort of thing. And they were so kind, they got back to me like the next day. Absolutely amazing communication. But they said basically you don't need any specific qualifications, although most of them are graduates who have been to university, and a lot of their compliance officers have a background in things like law enforcement, child protection service, social services, film or media, that sort of thing. But that it's not necessary to have that sort of background, and they take each application on its own merits. It said that they advertise for compliance officers both on their website and the national media, whatever that means, so I don't know if that's like Twitter or the odd newspaper, if that's like still a thing, I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of the backstory, let's get to it. So about half an hour after I received that tweet back, which is public, I received a direct message, a DM from the BBFC on Twitter. And they'd obviously sort out where I was talking about it on the radio, because you can listen to previous episodes of the Paul Miller Show, any radio show, on the BBC website for like a month afterwards. So they must have sorted it out. And they were like, hi Laura, we loved hearing you talk about being a compliance officer and about the, you know, the BBFC. And I brought up about the Hunger Games films, which is a really interesting case study on their website. You should read it. So when people who have made films are, you know, it's all edited and everything's been done, it's all been through post-production and everything, they obviously have to get it age certificated for general release. And they don't necessarily have to, but when they send it to the BBFC, I'm assuming it's the same as well with the MPAA in America, you can request a certificate, or you can just let them sort of make their mind up. I mean, you know. So for the Hunger Games films, for all of them, they requested a 12 or a 12A certificate here in the UK. So I should point out 12A is just for cinema releases only, which is if you're under 12 you can then see it with an adult, and it was the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire that brought that in, by the way, if you didn't know that. When it's released on DVD or streaming services, it will be just 12, because then obviously parents can decide what they want their kids to watch. So anyway, for the Hunger Games, for all of them they requested a 12 come 12A certificate, because they wanted it to be for that sort of teenage audience, kind of like Twilight, I guess, you know, it's kind of that era. Divergent, yeah, everyone, Maze Runner, yeah, that sort of audience. But all of them originally passed at 15, not 12. And the BBFC compliance officers obviously can give advice and things, and I think in the end with all of them they basically ended up cutting out like 2 minutes of footage or something really, really sort of small, given, you know, the scale of a film. Film's like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours long, right? They literally only had to cut out like 2 minutes or a minute and a half from each one. And they had to digitally alter things like blood splashes. It was just a little bit too gory, kind of borderline between 12 and 15. That's what made it 15. So then they went back, took those bits out, went back for reclassification, and they all got the 12 certificate. I mentioned that on the radio show. Anyway, so when the BBFC messaged me, they said, yeah, we loved hearing you talk about the Hunger Games, you're obviously very enthusiastic. We would like to send you a BBFC goodie bag full of BBFC merchandise. And I was like, hell yes, thank you very much. Today, it arrived. I'm like so stupidly excited over this, like, this has just made my year, literally, already. So I will admit, I have actually already opened it because I'm expecting another package, something completely different, and I thought it might be that rather than this. I didn't expect to get this so quick. So I've kind of peeked, but I haven't actually took anything out and looked yet. So let's do it together. Let's see what's in here. Ooh. Oh, it's a notebook. Dude, that's so cool. It feels so nice. Like, I have a thing about notebooks. I love notebooks. Oh my god, I don't even like want to use it. Because obviously I'm not going to be able to get another one afterwards. And it's sealed. So, BBFC, view what's right for you with all the certificates at the bottom. Apart from the restricted 18. Which is, the restricted 18 is like a blue square. It says R18, and that's for pornography and things. You have to have like a special license to show it or sell it. Dude. It's so nice. And it's white, it looks so clean. Looks like possibly plain paper. I can't really say. There we go. Yeah. And then on the back it's got the colours things. So another like interesting fact nugget, I don't know if you know this, when they were coming up with the design for these, so with the universal and the PG ones, they're like caution signs, like the same as road signs with the triangle, like warning, you know, whatever. And then with the 12, 15 and 18, they're round, like road signs, because round road signs are when they tell you not to do something. So they're sort of based on shapes of road signs and stuff, which I find fascinating too. Anyway, that's the notebook. Let's see what else is in there. Ooh! I'm just going to be going, oh, for all of these. Oh, it's a bag. Like a tote bag. Oh, it's a nice big one as well. Oh, that's a really nice size. Oh, sorry. I'll just stop looking at it myself. BBFC. What's right for you? That's so cool. Oh, I'm switching out and having this as my handbag now, definitely. And it's going to be like for shopping as well. Dude, oh, it's a really nice size. I keep saying that of everything. Oh, and it feels so nice. That's so cool. I wonder, like, if the people that work for the BBFC get these as well. Maybe I can say that I work for them. Anyway, that's the tote. Anyway, that's the tote bag. Look. Oh, a mug! I'm like so happy about a mug. Coffee. Oh, it's the 12A one. I think there's different ones you can get because the picture they sent me on the direct message had the 18 one. But I've got 12A, which, yeah, 12 advisory. It's fine. I was hoping for 18, I think, because that would definitely suit me. I'm definitely restricted to 18 and over. I swear so much normally. BBFC, view what's right for you. That's so cool. Again, I'm probably not going to use it. I'm just going to keep it. Dude, I'm like so happy over a notebook and a mug and a bag. I love it. Oh, do you know what would have been nicer? I know it would probably have cost more money just to have like all of the age certificates around it, but no, 12A is cool. 12A is cool. Anyway, that's the mug. I'm a mug. Stop it. Let's have a look. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a box of something. Balancing people's opinions. BBFC, view what's right for you, and the certificate. So it's a box of something. Let me put this down for a minute. So I've got to open it. I hate these types of boxes. They're a pain. There's a card. Oh, what are these? Oh my god, are they pin badges? They're pin badges. Guys, they're pin badges. I'm like so happy over pin badges. Okay, like, let me actually like show you. Because these are the coolest thing. They're pin badges of the certificates. They're pin badges. Let me get it out and show you the backs. Let me put the card down and you've got hand free, haven't you? Jeez. See, they're pin badges in a box. Oh, I'm not going to be using these either. These are going to be kept. I'm not using these either. These are going to be kept, I think, in the box as a set. That's so awesome. Look at those. They're so stinking cute. Oh my god, no, I should take these to work or try and get a second set and I'll wear the rating that I'm feeling that day, depending on how sweary I am. So if I'm in a happy mood, I'll wear universal, and if I'm just like, don't talk to me, 18, definitely. Most of the time, probably 15 anyway. And then this card came in with it, so it explains all the certificates, and then on the other side, it says, and then on the other side it says, our age rating symbols help children and families across the UK choose well, whatever they watch, however and wherever they watch it. So that's really interesting actually they said it, because I don't know if you guys saw in the news recently, it was last week I think, it might have been the week before, it was fairly recently, that Netflix UK is so far the only streaming service that have made all of their age ratings across the board BBFC compliant. So that means everything on their platform is in Netflix UK. Obviously I can't say for other countries if it's compliant or not. everything on that platform is compliant and has the correct BBFC age rating. They've been working with the BBFC to make it all BBFC compliant, because others don't do that yet, I don't think. I mean, most things are rated, but I don't think it was through the BBFC. It was just they've, you know, maybe taken it from the BBFC website, or, you know, they've rated it themselves, and to be fair, they are pretty close. If you think of a film is just like one thing, but then when you have the DVD release, obviously they have to age rate the special features and things as well, because it's still, so, you know, because you could have, you know, a film that's rated 15, but then something in the behind the scenes might make that an 18, and then the whole thing would be an 18. And of course with TV shows, they have to certificate every single episode on its own merit. So the reason why I've been looking into the X-Files recently, obviously, as I've been watching it, and I have to like look into everything I watch. Actually, the majority of the X-Files episodes are rated 12. There's a few PGs in there, and there's a few 15s. However, there is a couple that have hit the 18 mark, which then means if you buy the complete seasons 1 to 11 DVD box set or Blu-ray box set, it's rated 18 because of those 1 or 2 episodes that have hit the 18 mark. But yeah, there we go. If anyone wants to talk about age certifications, come to me. I love it. I'm like so chuffed over pin badges. But it's like there's a whole set and they're just so cool. And as I said, these like goodie bags and the merch, I think they just give them away. You know, I don't think you can buy these, and I'm not going to be and I'm not going to be selling any of it because it's just all so damn cool. Put the bin badges away before you drop them or lose them. So I'm going to put them back in their box. That's so cool. Is there anything else? Oh no, that's it. That is it. So yeah, it's not really what I was expecting as such, but it's just so cool. Okay, so I'll just do a quick like recap. So we got the mug with the 12A certificate on it and the BBFC logo on the back. Well, it would be on the back for me because I'm right-handed, but if you're left-handed, obviously it would be at the front. Obviously nothing inside it. Oh, it makes a nice noise. F natural if you're wondering. Hey, yay for perfect pitch. Anyway, mug. Notebook, which I really don't want to use because it's just so suave. With the logo and the certificates, and then on the back as well. Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. The pin badges in the nice box. You open it up again. Don't get that come off easier that time actually. There's the card that come with it, and the pin badges. They're really nice size as well actually. They're not like tiny. You sometimes buy pin badges and they're like so minuscule. And they're nice. And then last but not least, the tote bag. I'll keep it back here, should stay in focus then hopefully, with the logo on. Like, I'm so chuffed. These are so awesome, so awesome. Like, as I said, I don't think, I don't think you can buy these. I think it's just on a basis, you know, they like to give them out competitions, or, you know, if you talk about them on the radio. So. Yeah, talk about dream jobs and like what you'd like to do. I mean, obviously, as I said, BBFC compliance officer would be amazing. But as I was talking to the producer of the show, because when you ring up the radio show, you talk to the producer first, and then you get put through to Paul, the presenter. And this time it was Matt, because there's Matt, Justine, and Russell. I mean, it was Matt. And I said the other thing I would maybe like to do, again, it's film related, is to be like a Foley artist. So the person that does the sound effects and things, because I think it's just absolutely fascinating. Again, how they create all these sound effects. I mean, some of them are really obvious, like horses clopping along and stuff is like 2 coconut shells, empty coconut shells, that they clop, clop, clop. One of my favourite ones is like how they do fire. It's just like cellophane and they crackle it. It's so cool. My favourite one of all time, right, is I'm not a huge fan of Star Wars, but I have seen the original 6 movies. As I say, I much, much, much prefer Star Trek. Fight me. Anyway. Not a huge, but I have seen the original 6. It is when, put your coffee down, Laura, before it goes flying. Is when the doors of the spaceship, is it the Millennium Falcon? I can't remember, it's been so long, I've only watched them once. Yeah, anyway, the doors on the spaceship, when they open and close, when they go, you know what I mean? The way the Foley artist did that right is they got an A4 envelope and an A4 bit of plain paper. In the envelope, just go, going in and out with the paper. Like, it's just insane. It kind of takes the magic away a bit though when you sort of know that, but yeah. I suppose the other thing is, I'd love to be like one of the people that spots continuity errors. I just seem to be one of those people that can spot little goofs and continuity errors. What's my favourite film goof? Oh god. Oh, what's my favourite goof for continuity? So my favourite goof, right? My favourite goof, I guess it kind of comes under continuity, but it's not like, you know, something wrong with the shot, is in the original The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the Swedish version with Noomi Rapace and Michael Nyqvist, is it? My pronunciation's terrible, I'm so sorry. Anyway, there's a scene where it does a flashback to the main guy, Mikael Blomkvist. There we go, that will do. Anyway, there's a scene that does a flashback to his childhood where he's being babysat by Harriet, who's the main girl he's trying to find, and obviously no spoilers. So this was set about 40 years prior. This flashback is sort of 40, 50 years in the past. So it would have been set in like the 1950s, maybe very early 1960s. And my favourite thing is the kid in that scene is wearing like a modern pair of Nike trainers that are from like the mid 2000s. I spotted that straight away and I'm like, no. I guess there's kind of a historical goof in a way. Continuity. Oh, one I noticed recently, and one I noticed recently on my watch through of X-Files, it was the first time I watched it as well. I think it's season 11. If it's not season 11, it's season 10. It's Mulder and Scully meet the were-monster, or that one with the lizard man. It's definitely season 10 or 11, but I think it's season 11. Like episode 4? It's not episode 3 because that's +1. Anyway, it's one of the newer ones. So one thing I did notice is when Mulder's got his old camera phone and he's trying to take a picture of the lizard monster, it's obviously edited between 2 takes, like a close-up and a long shot. So in the long shot, or the wide shot, he's got his phone taking pictures, portrait, like this, and then when it goes to the close-up, he's horizontal, like this, so the phone keeps changing sides. I love continuity stuff like this, and I love spotting them in films and things, because, you know, you think they pay people to spot this stuff and they still sometimes get through. Some of my favourite ones was when you spot like the camera crew in a historical film, like something like 300 or like The Lord of the Rings or something. Something like 300 on like The Lord of the Rings, and you'll just see like a guy in like camo shorts with a boob and a camera, like a modern wristwatch. Oh, it creases me up. I find the weirdest things funny. But anyway, I'm interested to know, what's your dream job? What's the coolest thing you've received through the post, through like a gift or whatever? Yeah, your dream job. What is the coolest thing you've received? I'm like so chuffed with that goodie bag. Seriously, I love those pin badges so much. Anyway, that concludes today's video. So with like my situation and stuff, I don't know when I'm going to be back. For Riva, I say I wanted to make this video with the BBFC goodie bag. Got a lot of sort of stuff going on right now. Obviously I'm not at work, but you know, that's, yeah. Yeah. So anyway, take care and stay safe.